I work with a guy who basically had gone from a normal super fund and had gone to a self-managed super and mentioned that you can purchase property in self-managed super, and he's gone into his third property and he's only been doing it for like 15 years. So we started chatting about it and said, you know, instead of leaving our money sitting there in super not knowing what the hell's going on, let's take control. And you know, we like property, so
yeah,
that's how it came about.
I think it just gave us a bit of control over where the investments were.
Yeah. Rather than letting someone else, you know, making 2-3% and huge amounts of money, rather bring control back to us.
So when Adrian called to follow up one of my inquiries, that was probably the first real conversation I'd had with anyone about it, except for him.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't have a sales pitch. It was very informational and probably more finding out about where we were in the process of looking at it. So he certainly opened up the communication for us to get interested and want to take it further. When we first started talking about it and hadn't even started looking at it, it just felt overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just felt like, oh, it sounds like people are doing it all the time, but where do we start? Like what do we do? And I think the process that we've gone through with Wealth Seekers made it easy. So it might feel like it's a big thing to do, and it is quite complex in the paperwork but you made it feel easy.
From day dot, don't trust anybody, and you know, you've got to put you through the paces to gain that trust. And Adrian was, you know, the first time he came in, I was like, okay, no, they're just after our money, let's see what he has to say. But you know, he seemed authentic, and it was, you know, went through the whole process and said, this is what we do, this is what our ethos is. And just after that first one, I was like, okay, well, let's go from here. I
think the amount of time that he took and the patience he had explaining it all to us made me very comfortable pretty quickly. You know, we're in our sort of mid-40s now, and we've got 6 children. And so retirement's closer. It feels closer to us. So I think knowing that whatever is happening in our super, that's going to provide for us and also allow us to keep providing for children. I think also having such a young one still definitely made us think, you know, if we can improve the return that we're getting in our super, and look at other ways of investing so that we can get maximum return and good capital growth, and you know, at a medium risk, then that was probably definitely.
And Adrian said a couple of things. That first of all, he said, guys, look, you're not young bunnies. And he was real about that, saying, you know, the people in our age bracket need to start looking at that, which we weren't really thinking about. And we thought, we sort of went, okay, maybe we need to. And also with super, like he said, what about your super? And I said, well, it's money that's out there that something happens. And he made it real, saying, here's the value of the money, the super together, that's your money. You know, imagine if you could do something with that yourselves and control it. And then the sort of penny dropped with us and went, shit, that's a lot of money, and you know, why are we letting someone else control it? And we can bring it back and, you know, take control of it. You know, and we know that if we want to expand that portfolio into other things, you know, in a year's time or 2 years' time, that we know we can use Wealth Seekers to do that and help us in that direction as well.